My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Alright, so today is December 9th, 2021, and it's 7:07 a.m. I realized I didn't read the Fast Company part here, so I thought I'd share it while I'm editing. Alright, I read a different article, I think this article, but is it the article? But let's see. I don't think I did it when I first recorded. Okay. Exclusive. As Chief Impact Officer at mental health company at BetterUp, Prince Harry tells us in a Q&A that's what's prompting the Great Resignation. Quote, has been brewing for quite some time. End quote. I'll come to this because I don't think I read this one here. Okay. You know what? Let's read it now and then go to the thing. Again, this link will be in the description. Is that the same one? Let's see if the 1%. Okay, it's not the same one as the article I read today for this video while I'm editing. Okay, so this one is for Fast Company. Prince Harry says quitting can be good for your mental health. In a Q&A with Fast Company, the Duke of Sussex talks about his work as Chief Impact Officer at mental health company BetterUp and how what's prompting the Great Resignation, quote, has been brewing for quite some time. Last March, Prince Harry, no longer a working royal, found a new job at a tech startup. The Duke of Sussex joined the 8-year-old San Francisco-based company BetterUp, which provide coaching and mental health service to business and individual and current value at $4.7 billion. The company raised $300 million in October Series E round. I don't know what that means. Okay, what E round mean? Why is it economic? Okay. His role as Chief Impact Officer spanned product strategy, philanthropy, and public advocacy related to mental health. The Duke of Sussex is also advising the company on how to deploy capital raised through its commitment to pledge 1%. Quote, part of his role is using his voice, experience, and background for advocacy and leadership around mental health. End quote. BetterUp co-founder and CEO Alexei Robuchon says. Okay, here the Duke of Sussex, who is also quote impact partner and quote as sustainable investing fintech firm Ethic with the Duchess of Sussex, answers our question about what he's learned this year and what he hoped to accomplish with BetterUp. Maybe this I probably will put it on my other video, my other channel. Okay, from this point on, I'll stop for PYTE, but I'll continue reading. The rest will be on my, okay, and the thing is that with this, as I'm reading this, is that this is why Harry doesn't see some of the things that he's doing as work, because these are the same thing he's been advocating and he's passionate about. So when I read some of the comments, you see people are saying, oh, I can't leave my job, this, I have things to do. But if you think logically, before you leave one job, you have to look for another. That your your boss is not forcing you to stay. You have the option of quitting, and then look for something that suits your need and to make your life easier. All right, so let me continue. You became BetterUp's Chief Impact Officer in March. What have you been focused on so far? Alright, so there's Harry answering. When I first started with BetterUp, there were some key areas I was focused on. Driving advocacy and awareness for mental fitness. This he has been doing for a very long time. Okay, and he continued, guiding BetterUp's social mission and impact, influencing the vision of BetterUp's platform, community and member experience, and expanding BetterUp global community of thought leadership. That he's been doing it, because before that a lot of people didn't know anything about BetterUp. Care coaches, customers, and members to outreach and strategic planning. The goal and mission of my work have not changed. See, this is what I'm saying. He never changed. Okay, but on the day to day at BetterUp, we've been able to be louder about the mission. This is where the firm is missing out big time. Okay, let's see here. Reach more people and generally share with more of the world why doing the work associated with mental fitness is so important, and how helping others reach their peak performance positively impact the whole world. Okay, there's a question here. Have there been any aspect of the job that have surprised you? Okay, I won't say this, there's a heavy answer in here. I won't say this was a surprise because of how passionately Alexi and Eddie spoke to me of their impact-driven roots at BetterUp. But it has been an extreme pleasure to see that social impact is not just as a silo to the business. And this is where Harry senses certain things are popping up, where he felt like, okay, these people are genuine. Let me work with them, because he could feel and sense some of the things that he was hearing from those founders. Okay, I've said something in that nature in other videos. Okay, it's interwoven into all of the work we do at BetterUp and stems directly from the founders themselves. Product development and innovation is deeply intertwined with the positive social change we can make in the world, and the ability to be able to help human transformation at scales. This is how I always knew Harry was the one who created whatever they had in the UK. When Melody Hobson asked him, who came up with the idea, and Harry knew it was him, but he didn't want to take full credit for the thing. He was like, I don't remember, this kind of thing.
Our mental health campaign, Heads Together, back in the UK, is a classic example of where we were able to bring together 8 charities within the mental health sector. We were able to bring together 8 mental health charities that have been working in the sector for many, many, many years. But being able to bring them together and say, right, you guys have never sat around a table together and discussed the main issues. What we want to be able to do now is, through our foundation, create a platform in which your expertise and your experience is elevated. And therefore, you tell us what needs to be done around mental health within the UK and globally. And they said, if you can remove the stigma, that makes our life a lot easier. So that's exactly what we did. We tried to remove the stigma and tried to normalize the discussion around mental health.
This question would be, do we need another charity? So, what was your thinking in coming together? Whose idea was this?
So that's my motto is exactly that. Why another charity? Our foundation is not another charity. We're not trying to take up any more space. I think we all agree that the charity sector is quite full at the moment. But
I knew it was him, because look at it. What happened to what's going on since he left with that organization with the royal family? I don't hear anything. Okay, that's the next question. COVID has accelerated a lot of trends in the workplace, like increased burnout and job resignations. How have you adapted your strategy to address these things? Okay, there's heavy answer. That's such a great question, because it brings us back to the thesis of BetterUp and the work Alexi and Eddie and the team have been doing for the past 8 years before I arrived. Okay, he's letting them know. Okay, they were doing this before I came, and then at the same time he was doing his own thing similarly with the in the UK. All right, and also my personal belief and work in the mental fitness space. All right, there it is. While on the surface it looks like these last couple of years brought all these issues to the foreground, the reality is these struggles and issues have been brewing for quite some time. We're just at the beginning of the mental health awakening. This work has never been more important because people are finally paying attention, and a big component of this mission is building awareness and continuing to pioneer the conversation. It is this thing that a lot of people don't pay attention to certain things. I'm just speaking in general, not specifically on what Harry's saying here. But Harry was paying attention. Okay, to couple things that many of us were not paying attention to. One of them is the mental health here. I remember there was a movie. I believe that movie started with Ronald Reagan. Yep, the president. At that time, I was fixing my house, and we were at a hotel in the morning. We were getting ready to leave, and I was watching that in one of those is it A&E station, one of the old stations, and that movie where they were talking, explaining about mental health thing, and I never get to finish it. When I come home trying to look to see the name of that movie, I could never find it. And I believe it was Ronald Reagan was part of it. It has to do with mental health. These kind of things have been going on for a very long time. And if you think of time frame, so that probably was before he became president. Okay, and it was a black and white kind of movie too. So mental health thing has been have been part of our life for a very long time. It's just that nobody really pay attention to it. Some people were paying attention to it, but other people who could create a greater impact of that. Let's say a doctor is saying there's a mental issues here, because he's not that popular, he can't really put it into the stage for people to know it exists. So the people who could do something about it just brush it off. All right, but there's Harry here, and look at BetterUp have been doing this 8 years prior to Harry joining them. Nobody knew about it, but we have heard what Harry have been doing with the mental thing here. Well, I hope I explained this. All right, let me continue with his answer. Okay, I actually discovered recently, courtesy of a chat with BetterUp Science Board member Adam Grant, that a lot of the job resignation you mentioned aren't all bad. In fact, it is a sign that with self-awareness comes the need for change. Many people around the world have been stuck in jobs that didn't bring them joy, and now you're putting their mental health and happiness first. This is something to be celebrated. And I think in one of the comment under Omid thing, you see people saying, oh, he didn't talk about it. They didn't read the article. There it is, he's mentioning it. Omid did mention it in one of his tweets. Okay, question: are you working to measure the impact of your initiative? Okay, answer: there will be more on the impact front, of course, and I'm committed to ensuring the measurable and long-lasting impact. There must be potential to partner across all aspects of our pledge 1% commitment. The initiative or organization must reach a diverse audience in an equitable manner, and the long-term community outcome of the partnership should be measurable. He's trying to hit every corners, every walk of life, the same way, let's say someone who doesn't have a college education where they could use their degree someplace else, but who probably just have a high school, in the US is high school, just high school education, where these people can be helped too. That's what I'm getting here. All right, with college education, you are more flexible to be able to move from one job to the other, because you have your education as your backup to say, I have this degree that said that I'm qualified for this position. Whether or not it's true, because some people have education, they don't know shit still, but at least the college education give them the option of being freely to move around. But when you only have a high school diploma, your option is less limited, this kind of thing. Or if you don't have some sort of a special skills that nobody else has, it's very hard for you to move around. So I think from reading this, I feel like he's helping all those people, no matter who you are, what your background is, what your education level is, and all of that. You should be able to benefit from that. All right, and look at during the pandemic, guess who was more helpful than anybody else in the workforce? Just guess, your wild guess before I say it. Okay, it was the how do they call this? People who were doing shipping kind of thing, delivering your mail, delivering your packages, or all of that. Okay, they were more needed than anybody else. Everybody else stays home. All right, you could order your food online. Who bring it to you? All right, those people who did not have a college education, or maybe did have a college education but used that opportunity to do that extra job. All right, so this is why I feel like he's trying to hit every corners of anybody of different background. Every background he's trying to help. Okay, let me continue here. What are some of the organizations you are looking to work with? Answer: our commitment is to pledge 1% is just one of many initiatives we're taking as an organization to generate positive social change in the spirit of creating real and lasting impact. BetterUp will continue to focus on proactively building mental fitness into various communities. You see, there it is here. I told you this is what I felt like he was saying. And to communities in the areas of education and employability training, to name two. All right, so there's more. So this is the two he could come up with right now. All right, while he's answering, let me continue. All right, we know the impact of our mission on a global scale. We saw it, for example, in our partnership with the Queen's Commonwealth Trust earlier this year, when young leaders across Commonwealth gained tools for resilience and mental fitness that will be with them for life and will help them to accelerate their impact on the world by making their ideas a reality. What I got from this here, look at here, even though he's out of the firm, look how he's talking positively, okay, about the firm. But what the firm is doing to him in return is just bashing him, trashing his name across the world pretty much. But look at him here, he has the opportunity to talk. He include what was happening in the last place he was working at, which is the firm. Okay, so these people in the firm where he used to work don't see any positivity at all. Everything they see is that tunnel vision of hate. There's Harry in his bubble of focusing on what really matters, and he took that opportunity to give a shout out to the firm. Okay, that's that. Question: what are some of the projects you'll be focusing on over the next few months? Alright, answer: well, we'll be working more on service members, alright, veterans and their families. I can't share the specific just yet, but we'll be working with a collection of government and non-profit groups offering resources to service personnel who are struggling by addressing them issues at the root cause. This is it. Alright, these are the people who don't have the mic. Okay, so these are the people who doesn't have the mic to make them to let people know of all of the things that he's doing. Because of his position and his platform, he's gonna use it to help the little people who's doing a wonderful job. And this is why he's saying his organization Archwell is not another how do you call this, is not another charity. Okay, his Archwell is not a charity. He's using Archwell as a platform to highlight the things that some people with brilliant mind are doing, but because they're not well I will not say like, they are not well known. I think that's the word, well known. So that way he could use himself, his platform, to make them to put them on the stage that they should be known at. Alright, so this is what I get here. And he said that too, in many shape or form. Alright, let me continue. The work includes building support system. They need to build the mental fitness practices and psychological resources to face new challenges. Remember, the mental thing, you know, it's infinite. It's infinite way of so many issues can pop up any other time. You think, let's probably a doctor who specializes in something and solve one issues, okay, a minuscule of a problem the brain is having. Guess what? Within that, another problem is arise within the brain. The brain is limitless. There's so many things that could arise from your mental thing here. Alright, the work includes building support system. They need to build the mental fitness practices and psychological resources to face new challenges, build resilience, and unlock their own potential. This unlock their own potential is when new things arise. When you think something already fixed, alright, something else arise. That way, the work that he's doing is to give you a tool that when something brand new happen, at least you have a foundation, the basic of approaching it. All right, because some people think when one problem happens to them, all of a sudden it's the end of the world. but instead he's giving you the tool to approach it in a way to get help. You understand what I mean? That's what I got here. All right, both during active service and once they transform to civilian life. Okay, he continued, at BetterUp, we envision a world where growth, okay, there it is, and transformation are possible for everyone. Like I was saying, this is the first time I'm reading this. All right, I didn't even read it the first time I was recording. This part here you're gonna see from APTS Team Sussex, but it's through when I was editing one of the videos on PYTE, and I decided to read that, and I said, you know what, let me put this on APTS Team Sussex. All right, so I said this. Okay, at BetterUp, we envision a world where growth and transformation are possible for everyone, and everyone has access to the support and care they need to thrive personally and professionally. Beyond the work we do here, I like to see other companies and organizations take action to bring the tools of peak performance for their whole team. Just as a peak physical health can reduce the severity of illness and help us quickly recover from injury, strong mental fitness is a preventative measure that can help us avoid more serious problems and even recover from past trauma. You see, I was right. Being attuned with your mind and having a support structure around you are critical to finding your own version of peak performance. I was right again. All right, to give you the basic tools when something popped up, you know how to use it to get the help that you need. Okay, whether you're a global leader or employee working 9 to 5, all right, so it's for everybody. The effect on the individual and the people around them are profound. All right, so he continued. Oh my God, I didn't know it was that long. So I'm gonna stop here, even for APTS Team Sussex, because I need to do some stuff. My kids have half a day, so I'm gonna stop now, and then you guys could continue. There's the link will be in the description. Okay, how tech, oh, it's different. So this is a different one here. How tech is enable a personalized path to health and well-being. Okay, so is that a new question? For those suffering Alzheimer's. Yeah, so that's a different thing here. Okay, I think it is. I think this is a brand new get check time. Okay, yeah, so this is a different topic here. All right, by Fatsko work. So that's a different one here. But this is the one that I did finish it. So yeah, so I did finish it. All right, so that's it. The link will be in the description, and if you want to read more, all right, read the next topic that they have. It continues. All right, there's another topic, I think. Nope, that's the end. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. And if you want to help support this channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. You could donate or just watch the commercial on my PYTE channel. All right, this one is not monetized yet, but it will, because I already have the subscription. Eventually it will. All right, thank you for watching, and thank you for your support.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness, and please come back.
saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.